hello everyone. So another deck has arrived. This is I got this off of a lovely lady in one of the trade groups. So thank you. You know who you are. So I didn't want to say her name. She didn't want to be in the video. So yeah, she knows who she is. So I put this back in order because it's been shuffled. I've been looking for a good animal tarot for a while, and I just can't find one that, you know, isn't too soft and fluffy. Excuse the terminology, because the animals are fluffy. Some animals are fluffy, but like the spirit wisdom tarot, I think it's changed now to animal spirit tarot, but that one was, I used it for a week maybe, and then I never touched it again because it was so, it's a beautiful art, don't get me wrong, beautiful art and all that, beautiful concept, but it's just too soft. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's too fluffy. You know what I mean? It's too fluff deck. It's too much of a fluff deck, I think. Whereas this is more sticking to the Rider Waite, and it has the gruesome brutality of like reality and life, you know, in it. Because I think the Ten of Swords is like a pigeon that's been stabbed, and I'm like, oh Jesus, that's gory. So like, well, I did get what I asked for. So there you go. So this is published by Llewellyn. It's by Leeza Robertson. This is the person who made the Mermaid Tarot, and I believe that's on my channel as well. That's been passed on. I did a huge clear like not long after that, a good bit after that, and I still have done a clear out, so I have a good clear out of decks down here somewhere. And yeah, you know, you just need a clear out. Sometimes you need to clear out and go, what is not fulfilling like their purpose, what am I not using? Do a good clear out. And there's nothing wrong with a good clear out, okay? Nothing wrong with it. But here we go. So this is the Animal Totem Tarot. It's by Llewellyn. I try not to get ones with the big boxes anymore, but since I'm getting rid of some with big boxes, I need some for the tripod that I am using. I do not have a tripod. I have a small little thing to hold my phone, and I use the tarot boxes to elevate it. So this is Journey into the Realm of Animals. Discover the messages that await in spirit. And this is, yeah, the art is by Eugene Smith. So we're going to get into this. The book, I was shocked by how hefty that book is. The lovely lady has marked them for me, the suits. Not for me, she had them for herself, and she just went, oh, I don't use this that much. Okay, let's get the deck out. I'll put this back here. All my office stuff is behind this, so I'm like not showing any stuff I'm working with. That's it, that's why it's there. So this is the book. Here's the deck. So we're gonna look at the deck in a second, but we'll have a look at the book first. So this is quite a hefty book, and it goes into, like, there's notes to take, there's pages for notes about each card, which is nice. So even if you're a beginner, this is good. Let's just go here to, which one's this? Here, we'll do this one. We'll do the Three of Swords. Of course we'll do the Three of Swords. Look at that sad elephant. It's in black and white, it's not in colour. It just doesn't really matter to me. It's in paper. It's not that weird plastic paper like the way the Wizard's Tarot is from Barbara Moore. So this goes the story. There's a quote, a message from the elephant. What the Three of Swords is saying about the elephant here. Then it goes business, career, family and friends, and health and well-being, card of the day, prompts, and that's really nice. And then you have a note page here, which is great if you are learning and you want to have a note going, Three of Swords means XYZ and ABC. Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. Little short-handed things here. And then just goes on to the next card. The Zombie Toad. Ooh. I'm going to find out what each animal is in each of them. So yeah, like there's some that I've never heard of, but this book is hefty. I'm going to actually read this. Like that's actually one of the few I probably will read. Sometimes I just jump in and go with your own reading style, because the book can only guide you so far until you do your own style of reading. So let me just get to a major here. What's this one? We have the Empress. It's a Highland cow. It's a Highland cow lady, so she's lovely. I love Highland cows. They're so fluffy. If you get anything from this video, Google baby Highland cow. It comes with its own pair of damn oaks. It's so fluffy. It's just a fuzzy cow. It's so cute. Then it gets like that. When it gets older, it gets like the surfer hair dude hair, and I was like, yep. I went from cute to totally rad. I love it. I love it. I love it. Like, brilliant. Just evolution. Like, they wanted to do that because they live in the Highlands. Like, oh yeah, man, I live in the mountains. I love them. Oh no. But anyway, like, that's a good layout. Like, it tells you each section. So that is actually kind of handy for my part because I do the daily readings. And sometimes I'm not quite sure on Instagram. I'm not quite sure, like, what would the Three of Swords mean in career, or what does the Empress mean in career? And it says here, what is interesting is that the Empress only shares her magic with us during the pregnancy phase. See? So, like, why does that have to do with career? Maternity leave? See what I mean? So you see, like, that's actually quite a good book. I actually will leave this out on my desk. So I'm going to be working with the daylight because it's about to get stormy and overcast. So I am sorry for the darkness. There's the backing. And it's actually really stunning. It is reversible. This backing and the one, I think it's the Llewellyn deck, are like my favourite backings. I don't know what it is, blue and red. It's beautiful. I was doing a reading with that one. Stick that under there. Nice. Okay. They're actually quite good cardstock. Llewellyn are hit or miss for me. They're hit or miss. This is quite a good cardstock. It's just as good as the classic Llewellyn. See, hit or miss because I had Darkwood and I've passed it on to someone else who actually was looking for it and didn't mind or was picky about cardstock. That one was like the art was phenomenal, don't get me wrong. The art is stunning in Darkwood. It's just the cardstock in that was like styrofoam. It was so spongy and soft, and I was afraid to shuffle it. Even in the video, I think I was hesitant about shuffling it. I think I paused it and I was hesitant about shuffling it, and then I just shuffled it and I was like, oh god. But yeah, so we have the Fool, which is a grasshopper, and I was like, take leaps of faith, grasshopper. It's quite nice. The Magician is the Fox, which is the box art. Makes sense because foxes have all the skills under their belt. Makes sense. High Priestess is a Black Widow spider. That kind of makes sense for a High Priestess card because the universe can either go your way or not. So, There's the Empress, our lovely Highland cow from Scotland. They're so pretty, and she is heavily pregnant. You can tell. Like, I like how they do that with the animals. They make them heavily pregnant. The gorilla, the silverback gorilla, is the Emperor. Makes sense. They're actually quite good at being alpha, and their way is the highway. There's no other way, I think. The Hierophant is a polar bear. This is quite good and also very sad because of the situation now with polar bears. Like, it's so sad. Like, they've been around when there was ice. Do you know what I mean? Like, think of that. I was around when there was ice. Now there's not. It's so sad. But, like, that's quite a good Hierophant because they live up near where the Aurora Borealis is and stuff, so that's very spiritual connected. The Lovers as swans. I'm so happy this is the Lovers because swans mate for life. It's amazing. They mate for life. But I love how they use a black swan and a white swan, so it just shows you that it doesn't matter because that's still a damn swan. Then we have the Chariot, which is the orca. I like this. There's a video that went around on Instagram and it was just a killer whale like rolling in. Like, it just did a U-turn and it made a wave, and the wave just came up and over onto the road, and it didn't even jump. It just went by. Like, these are whales, but they're killer whales, so they're carnivores, and I'm like, oh my goodness. There's like I think it's Dave Attenborough. I don't know if it's Our Planet or another one, but they found these killer whales that figured out how to narrow in a seal or something. I can't remember what it was. A seal, a penguin, something. Anyway, their prey into these coves, so they can't get out. I don't think it was a penguin, because penguins can walk on land. Maybe it was a dolphin or a seal, but they couldn't get out on land. And the way they did it was like, oh my god, they're so intelligent. So this makes sense for a chariot. They're very good at being patient and planning things out. Strength is an ox. I like this. The strength card is an ox, carrying the load of us humans to market. So yeah. But I do like how the ground is sagging here. Like, that shows you how heavy and strong built it is. That's really nice. The hermit is a praying mantis holding the sun. That's nice. This is my lantern, it's in the sky. Praying mantises are quite good for being a hermit. Like, they're mostly on their own, especially females, and then when they find a male, they're like, hi Jerry, I really like you. Bite your head off. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're so odd to be around. Oh, if you were, I'm not saying I've been around a praying mantis, but I'm just saying if they were a person and they did that, you know, you're like, you're kind of difficult company. The Wheel of Fortune is a ladybug. That's actually a clock, so that's actually quite cool. Like, there's a chain, or maybe this ladybug's actually on it. Because ladybugs, I think they mean spring is coming. Like, don't they mean that? There's a symbolism for them that they mean spring is coming, or spring is here. Justice is a crane. I like this, because cranes are also a position in yoga as well, and in karate. That mean balance and, like, you know, it's discipline as well for yourself. So inner discipline. The hangman is an ant, and I thought this was very odd that an ant was the hanged man. Just thought it was odd. Because I would have thought a bat would have been more sense as a hanged man, like in the Guardian of the Night tarot. Like, that's a bat. No, I think the High Priestess is a bat in that. But yeah, the possum is a hangman in that. But yeah, a bat would make more sense. But I get it, the hangman is seeing different perspective of things. So, like, why is the ant hanging upside down? The death is a Concord vulture, I think. I've seen these, they're disgusting, but that's not their fault, you know. They've adapted that way. Reason why vultures don't have feathers on their head is so they don't ruin their feathers. They've evolved to have a bald neck and head so they can eat. Think of that. That's a great transformation in itself. So there you go. Oh, temperance with the flamingo. Look at that. That is balance as a whole. Like, that is balance as a animal. Just, oh god, there's a video. I think it's just them going around in a gang, looking left and right, and no one knows why they do it. Even David, I think it was on David Attenborough, one of them, and he just looks and he goes, and no one knows why they do this. And I go, but you can't just ask them, why are you doing it? The devil is the lynx here, and I thought this was quite cool because the lynx has hunted the rabbit, but it looks like it's set off the bear traps and it's looking at us, the human, like it's looking at the human. So the lynx is not the devil, the rabbit's not the devil, we're the devil looking at the animal going to hunt it. So that's kind of a very good, like, hangman way of looking at the devil card. It's kind of sad though as well, thinking of it that way, like we're the devil, the unfaced devil in this card. The tower is a termite mound, which is really cool, because that takes ages for them to make, and then like a storm or something or an aardvark comes along and knocks it over and it's gone. Do you know what I mean? An aardvark. Aardvark and here, same thing. Are they? I think they are. Anyway. The star is this beautiful pearl. It's so pretty. I think that's really pretty. The star is a wish of, like, you know, a wish that's rare and something that's out of the ordinary. And that's what a pearl is, really. The moon is an owl. I like this. I do like how the two trees are the pillars, but we don't see a dog or crayfish. I just see the owl. And the owl is kind of for illusions and stuff. You can't hear an owl flying. If you actually hear, it's actually true, you can't hear an owl flying. I don't think they fly. They're so big and they're so quiet. And then they can hear a mouse 2 kilometers. I don't know what that is in miles. 3 miles? 3 miles underground. Like, holy crap. Like, can you imagine going, oh, dinner! Gone. And that's the illusion of them. You think there's nothing there. And they're quiet. So like, good lord. The sun is a lemur. I've actually been to the zoo when I was younger. Obviously, most people have. But when you see the lemurs in the summer, they're just sitting there on this mound, all looking like Buddhas, just meditating. And they're sunbathing. That's just how they sunbathe. They just sit like this and do their sunbathing. Like how a cat just finds a flower pot, sits in it because the sun's just right, you know? And I thought that was brilliant. Judgment. This judgment is phenomenal. It's a reindeer. It's Santa's reindeer as the judgment card. And I thought that was brilliant because it's naughty or nice. And they're like, hey, Santa, why'd you stop? We have to get going, man. Come on. Like, we're judging you right now. Also, where's the rest of us? I thought that was really cool that the reindeer for Santa are the judgment card. Beautiful. And then the world is this volcano or this island being born, an island rising from volcanic activity under the surface, and I thought it was amazing. Like, there's islands being made. That's crazy. Man, that's really cool. Okie dokie. So now we're on to the miners. And as per usual, we're going to zoom in further. And I'm going to go through them in silence, enjoy the music, and we'll go to the end and do a reading. Enjoy! that was the flip through. Just to save time and space, I pulled 3 cards, and I'm going to elaborate with the deck as well. So we're going to do we're not going to do one each. We're going to do, yeah, we'll do one each. We'll do a pick a pile. So deep breath in and out. Card number 1. 9 of Wands. So you guys are very defensive. Let's see what the book says about the 9 of Wands. And I'll pull a card there to elaborate. Wands. Let's see. Ace of Cups. Ace of Wands. Let's find the 9. And see what the book says. So we'll just go with we'll do career. Actually, we'll do this one as career and a bit of family as well, and relationships, so love and all that. In business, there are always those who want to rip off your ideas. So they're trying to get rid of, someone's trying to get rid of, take credit for your work. The Ram says, let them try to be something that someone they are. Okay, yeah, let them try and be you. Yeah, try and falsify your own your work. Go and try and falsify it. To elaborate this, we have the 5 of Cups. So you feel very betrayed because you're cleaning this person's work up. I know by the 5 of Cups, it's just you are like, go on, try and take my work, try and take all the stuff I've worked for. Because look what happens when they don't just lose like respect from people, they also lose you as a friend and a colleague. So because they've took credit for it, they're not in the best situation here. So I feel like you're just like, yeah, go on, try me. Seriously, try me. Oh, try me. Okay, so that was group 1. I feel like you're definitely just being protective. And then with romance or like family, a couple that stands together never falls. Instead, they patch things up together. But you can see, like, even if this was love or relationship, you can patch things up so much, but you need to know when to take a break, walk away, take a breather, that kind of thing. Like, there's no need to put stress on yourself and a relationship for expectations. Like, you need to know when. Let's see what it says about cups, like the 5 of Cups in relationship. Swords. Here we go. Okay, capybara. A poor little capybara. 5 of Cups is usually not a good card in a relationship, as it often points to deep emotional loss. But that is not always the case. It can also let you know that you have allowed your emotions to dwell too long. Okay, so in this sense, you can patch things up, but you're bottling things up too much, and you need to talk to your partner, because that's what they're there for. Talk. Okay, so that was pile 1. I'm just gonna put it to the side. Pile 2. The Lovers. Look how pretty. And I love how the light is just hitting it there. So the Lovers, I'm gonna pull a card for that. Okay, let me take it from the middle of the deck because I'm just in the cups right now. 10 of Wands. Okay, there's some strain going on here. If this is romance, there's a lot of strain going on. Very strainful. Because obviously with lockdown and distance, that does happen. But you are very, very passionate about each other. You're very keen, you're very determined. Unlike the 2 of Cups, the 2 of Cups is very like, you're set in your ways, you've built the foundation, you're there. This is where the foundation is starting, and the whole fiery energy between the 2 of you is strong. Like, it's really strong. So let's see what it says for the Swans. The Swan represents the element of unconditional love. Love is love of self, love of others. It does not place one over the other. That's so nice. By wrapping it up in a bow, I thought they had a bow on them, sorry, of expectations, swans pick one life partner and only one. Though it is not the singularity of their choice that is irrelevant, but the commitment they have to the choice they make. Okay, so this is the commitment you have. And then we'll go to Wands. 6, 9, 10. Okay, and we'll go to this with love. The 10 of Wands is a relationship reading. In a relationship reading, lets you know that you have taken on more than you can actually handle. Your own needs, wants, and desires have gotten lost in the pile, and now you feel weighed down and heavy. This makes sense, okay? Because if you're starting off, you're thinking, oh, it's all fairy tale and like sunshine and rainbows. It's not. A real relationship has struggles. A real relationship has like obstacles, leaps and bounds, all that lovely stuff. Do you know? All the lovely stuff that builds a foundation. It's not just like, oh, Rapunzel, let down thy hair, and then that's it. Do you know? It's not like that. Someone climbs up your wall and says hi. They don't do that. That's creepy. But just saying, in the environment and the climate now, this is how some couples are because of lockdown and quarantine. You're just realizing I have a lot to give this person, but there seems like there's all these obstacles in the way to get to them, but that's what will make it worthwhile in the end. Think of it that way. That's pile number 2. Okay, pile number 3. 4 of Pentacles. I think we'll do career with this one and get the top of the deck. We have the King of Wands. Okay, let's see. King of Wands and 4 of Pentacles. It's interesting, when I flick the book, it just keeps going to the text, but I can't tell what card it is. Also, I found kind of funny that the Ace of Swords was also a panda, and I went, oh, the panda's in the Dorian Virtue, and it was the Ace of Winter, so I was like, pandas must really represent it. Let's see, where are we on? Pentacles. Hello, where are you? Wands. Here we go. Okay, we're going to go career with this one because the Pentacles are good for that. Now is not the time to be stingy with yourself or others. People know when you are being deliberately cheap, so stop it. Stop it right now. Stop being a cheapskate. Okay, stop it. A little splurge won't kill you. But stressing yourself out over every penny you have spent does not what? Every penny you have or don't have most definitely will. Yeah, that will stress you out more than spending it. Okay, that makes sense. It's just the way that was phrased. I was reading it so fast. Okay, and then we go to Wands. King of Wands. Oh, this is interesting. I didn't even see this with the book. Where's the king? Oh, that's interesting. Where are the court cards? Huh. Because it just goes 10 and then stops. Oh wow, the kings and all are at the start. That's weird. They're all together. That's weird. That's a weird layout for the book. I wouldn't have not known that if we didn't look for a king now. So there you go. Swords. Cups. Wands. Here we go. Wands. Here we go. Oh, it's weird. It goes king, queen, page. King, queen, knight, page. That's weird. Okay, so the King of Wands. This is interesting because now I know where to look for them. So the King of Wands, in a career sense, he looks knackered. He's a Tasmanian devil, like he would be if he's spinning around all the time. Haha. So don't be stressing yourself about everything you spend. In this case, the King knows only too well what risks are involved when making a move that is driven by passion alone. Yet somehow he manages to maintain both his crown and his staff, despite his cockiness. Herein lies a very important lesson. Confidence wins more often than loses. If you want something, you have to go after it. So this makes sense. Like, you don't need to be scared and stingy of things. Go for it, and like, it will work out in the end. Okay, so sorry about that delay. It's just interesting that they're all at the end of the book, at the start, before the minors start. Like, they're just after the what you call it, they're just after the majors. So I will leave that there, guys. That is the Animal Totem Tarot. I'll leave that there, and I'm sorry about the lack of light at the end here, but I'll leave that there, and I'll see you all very soon. Stay safe, and bye.